What's going on, everyone? My name is Bruno and this is my SDA draft analysis for the Chernobyl Dragalges. So, new league is coming for you guys, the SDA. So, I joined a new league. I am ready to start things off. The ICL, of course, finished like 2 weeks ago. IBA is pretty much in playoffs. PAC is almost in playoffs as well. So I've decided to join a new league, and yeah, of course, this is another upload league that I'll be doing for YouTube and for you guys, of course. So 16 coaches, of course. I got pick number 14 out of 16, so as always, really close to the end. And in this draft, I kind of wanted to try one of two Pokemon, either Zero or Tapu Koko. Both got picked decently early in the draft, I want to say. At the time that was my turn to pick, there were like 2-3 Pokemon that I really considered drafting. Those 3 were Celesteela, Lando T, and Tornadus T. Tornadus, I draft Tornadus once. I didn't really like to use it. I didn't want to use Tornadus because it's a Pokemon that always does phenomenal things against me. But I'm not the best using Tornadus. The Celesteela, I use Celesteela a lot, so I didn't want to do that again. So my first pick is Lando T. So Landorus gives me a really viable Pokemon. Can do a lot of things like being just Choice Band, Choice Scarf. Has enough bulk to be a support mon, more bulky with Intimidate and just being able to click Stealth Rocks and U-turn. Gives me a Defogger, not the best Defogger in the world, but a viable one at least. So there's a lot of things I can do with Landorus. Has really good coverage, and of course the ability to click Earthquake is really cool, and I can always U-turn and bring other threats that I for sure drafted for this team. So to pair with Landorus T, I decided to grab one of my personal favorites, and that's Weavile. So Weavile gives me first 2 phenomenal offensive stabs in Ice and Dark. The ability to knock off is always phenomenal because there's Heavy-Duty Boots is such a phenomenal item. Can Swords Dance, has priority Ice Shard, which is always phenomenal. So I love Weavile. It's really fast, which is important in this generation, of course. So really phenomenal Pokemon. To pair with those 2, I decided to grab a more bulky one in Rotom Wash. Best Rotom in my opinion. I mean, Rotom Wash, Rotom Hit are both phenomenal mons. I think Rotom Wash has a bit more viability. Of course, being able to hit super effectively a type that it's immune to one of his stabs, it's amazing. So of course I always can click Hydro Pump against ground types, unless you are like a Seismitoad or Gastrodon. As Defog, can be offensive, has really decent speed, really nice special attack stat, has Nasty Plot, of course, so it can be really bulky. And in this team, personally I think it will be better as a defensive mon, but like you can't sleep on offensive Rotom. Of course, the ability to Volt Switch, it's amazing. So I already have a really decent Voltorn core in Landorus and Rotom. And that's pretty much it. So my 4th pick, it's one of the best fighting types in the game, and that's Minchao. So at least in this format, Minchao, really decent speed stat, a really nice offensive, of course, attack stat. Again, U-turn is amazing. So another Pokemon that can U-turn, has access to knockoff, which is really important for ghost and psychic types. And gets Poison Jab for fairy types. So there's not really type that can deal with Minchao, gets rock moves for flying types if I am not wrong. So Minchao, phenomenal mon, of course, and personally it's a really easy mon to use in draft, I think, and it's always like one of the kill leaders of teams. If you do a quick check on Minchao, it always gets like really decent stats because it's so easy. It's so easy to use Minchao, like with Scarf, Choice Band, Priority Fake Out is a thing. It's not really common those days, but it's still viable. And yeah, really like Minchao. My fifth pick is for sure the Pokemon that I'm most interested in and more curious to use and more excited to use. So I played Draft since Gen 6, and I never used this Pokemon. This Pokemon was always around since Gen 6. It's a nonsense, it's a Pokemon, it's phenomenal with FGD boots, and it's Volcarona here. So I decided to grab my Fire type. I have Blacephalon available. I didn't want to use Blacephalon again, I'm using Blacephalon in pack. Darmanitan, I was not really feeling it, so I decided to go with Volcarona. Heavy duty boots, it's phenomenal on this Pokemon, it's everything that this Pokemon needed. Quiver Dance, really scary of course. A really decent ability in Flame Body because it can burn my opponent's physical attackers. As actually momentum in U-turn, but like this Pokemon shines with Quiver Dance and having access to, of course he lost Silent Power, but I don't think it's not really a big thing because it has grass coverage for water types and Giga Drain, which is a really nice grass move. Gets Hurricane and just Firebug, it's phenomenal. Those two really good steps, especially the Fire one, with moves like Fairy Dance, that it's a really good move that can boost the special attack of the Volcarona alongside Quiver Dance, which again amazing on this Pokemon, and it's already decently fast with 100 base speed. Next up, I decided to grab Bronzong here. So I grabbed Bronzong because first I wanted the Steel type, and second I wanted another bulky Pokemon. So Bronzong here gives me not only a really bulky Steel type, I love Bronzong, a really viable Stealth Rocker as well, and that was another main thing here. So I had Landorus, now I have Bronzong, which is really viable as a Stealth Rocker, and it took some pressure, take some pressure on Landorus to not run Stealth Rock every single week, so I can perfectly run that on Bronzong. Iron Defense sets on Bronzong really valuable as well, especially having access to Body Press, and again really decent Steel type with two really good abilities that nullifies one of Bronzong's weaknesses, either Levitate to be immune to ground, or it proved to be at least not resist, but to be neutral to fire type moves. So again, Bronzong, phenomenal Pokemon. Next up, I decided to grab a grass type and a spinner in Tsareena here. So I have Defog on Landorus, I have Defog on Rotom, now I have Rapid Spin on Tsareena here, and I really like Tsareena. I think it's a really good mon. Can be decently bulky, can have an Assault Vest and be really especially bulky, can run heavy duty boots to not get hurt by hazards, and be able to Rapid Spin, gets access to a lot of coverage, and that's probably the thing that I like the most on Tsareena. Gets U-turn, gets knockoff, triple axle, play rough, like so many, besides the, of course, grass type moves in Power Whip, Drop Kick, both really viable grass type moves. And again, a Rapid Spin, it's such a good Pokemon that I think fits perfectly on this team. Again, I have some switch-ins to his weaknesses, so flying switching will be Rotom. Of course, a nice switching will be like Bronzong and Volcarona. Fire type switch perfectly, the Rotom can take on those fire type moves without a problem. And yeah, gets Synthesis, Rotom gets Pain Split, so I can always, I already have to make some ways of getting longevity on this team. Of course, the Volcarona has access to Roosts as well. Here, I think Tsareena is amazing because the ability to Rapid Spin the the grass type that I think this team needed. I think it's really viable. Next one is Tarantum. Now this Pokemon I'm really excited to use as well. Like this Tarantum, I think Tarantum is actually just a really good Pokemon. Like of course, the not the best dragon around, but if you look at the thing, this thing actually gets 71 base speed. That's actually really decent for a Pokemon that has access to Dragon Dance. And like Choice Band Head Smash for Tarantum, like this thing, it's like a fucking truck. Of course I have to eat Head Smashes, it's something, but yeah, like it hits like really hard, has really decent coverage. Probably his best switching to Tarantum is actually Bronzong, and I want to say this thing probably gets Crunch, but I have Bronzong, so I don't really have to be worried about it. So I'm really excited to use Tarantum. Of course, gives me another fire switching, flying resistance. Of course, that helps with Serena. So I talked about it, but I think this Pokemon really fits this team, and I'm really excited because it's not a Pokemon that you see too often in Draft League, but I think it fits really well this team, and I think I can use Tarantum, and I hope I use Tarantum in a way that it really shines and can get lots of kills, because this Pokemon is scary, and I'm really excited to use it. Next Pokemon is Haunter. I want a Gengar, I got sniped, and at the same time I didn't have points for a Gengar anyways. I really like Haunter, like it was really cheap, has decent speed, has a really nice special attack stat, so it's a bit of a weaker Gengar of course, but it's the cheaper Gengar. It's not a Gengar, but still hits really hard, and it gets Levitate, which is probably the best thing he has over Gengar. It gets Levitate, so it's immune to ground types, to one of his weaknesses. And yeah, it's not a Pokemon that will come every single week, but if you can get it against a team, if you can go against a team that is weak to Ghost, Haunter will do things. Phenomenal choice Scarfer, phenomenal choice Specs, Life 4, gets lots of coverage. Like it's just a cheaper Gengar. Next up, Audino. I decided to grab my last two picks are Pokemons that I think this team needed, and 2 Wish Passers, which is amazing. So Audino with Wish plus Regenerator, really annoying Pokemon, gets decent coverage as well as a normal type. It's not a phenomenal offensive Pokemon, but it's bulky, and it's here to make sure that my team will not get like weakened like really fast, so I can just Wish Pass on my a decent Wish Passer on my team. The last one, it's a Fairy type. It's a Pokemon that I'm using in the IBA. It's Aromatisse. I really needed a Fairy type. At this point, Aromatisse was the best Fairy type around, so I've decided to go with Aromatisse here. And again, we'll pass Wishes, will be bulky to deal with Dragon types, and yeah, mainly that's it. Pairs really well with Bronzong and with mons like Audino, like the Landorus, like the Rotom. Anyways, it's Aromatisse, not the best fairy round, but still decent. So that's the team for the SDA. Really excited to use this team. I think it's a really good team actually, and I hope I'm not wrong, and I hope that I can make this team work. And yeah, so week 1 will be uploaded next week. So guys, I have a lot of videos to record this week because I will be heading into Bilbao for a VGC tournament this weekend. So I still have to build for the IBA playoffs, still have to build for actually week 1 of the SDA, and I have I had to record this as well. So yeah, I'll get to work. I'll get to do some building right now. So yeah, I'll leave you guys right now. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and comment what you think about this team. Again, I think it's really really good team, and I hope this season goes well for me. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. So peace, guys.